Are you considering a short sale, but you don't want to destroy your credit score?
Under the new guidelines, you just may have some options.
Coming right up.
Hello, Tampa Bay. My name is Barry Horvath, and this is Moving Forward TV, your local real estate and mortgage update.
And I am DeLynn Gaston. Thanks for joining us today. In today's show, we are going to go back to short sales real quick if we can, being timely with the news. As many of you already know, on November 1st, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac changed their guidelines again, this time for the better when it comes to short sales.
Yeah, they're absolutely better because they are now going to allow people who are not delinquent on their mortgage to do a short sale.
Right. Now, as you probably already know, short sales have been around for many years now. Those of us have been around a little bit. And the rules were, if you wanted to do a short sale on your home, you had to go delinquent by at least like 60 days roughly or so. They made you be delinquent on your mortgage. Well, there was a lot of people who were sitting out there saying, I've got perfect credit. It took me a long time to get this 800 credit score or 750 credit score or something. I don't want to ruin my credit. Yes, my job has moved or whatever else. We have financial hardships, but they're practically eating nothing just so that they can make their mortgage payments because they don't want to ruin their credit. Admirable. They're doing the right thing.
And they did come up with 10 new rules that are acceptable reasons to do a short sale. 10 new hardship reasons that are acceptable.
And we're going over all of those right now.
Okay, let's go over the 10 acceptable reasons for a hardship that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are going to allow.
And the documentation that's going to be required in order for you to stay current on your mortgage and do your short sale.
So basically, if you want to be on time with your mortgage, these will be acceptable reasons. Now, the number one reason on the list is unemployment.
And there's no additional documentation that they're going to require on that one.
So if you're unemployed, that is a good
You're
reason.
okay, yeah.
You can have a hardship. Number two would be reduction in income. And that could be anything. It could be you've had a drop in commissions.
Right, lower hours.
Yep, you used to get overtime all the time.
Right,
now you don't get overtime anymore because of the market. Any type of reduction in income is an acceptable reason.
And there's no additional documentation they're going to be requiring on these either. Although on these no additional documentation, we probably should say hardship letter always. We always have to put that, and you explain it in a letter, but they're not going to want proof that your hours have been lowered or whatever.
Correct. And number three on the list is an increase in housing expenses. Now, what can cause an increase in housing expenses? A lot of things can
Insurance going up.
Insurance going up. Maybe your arm has gone up.
Right.
Anything.
Your taxes have gone up,
Yes.
things like that.
So any of those items are acceptable. Okay, number four, my personal favorite is...
Or not.
Divorce or legal separation. I don't make this stuff up.
And these, go figure, they do want some sort of proof of this. So they are accepting a divorce decree signed by the court or a separation agreement signed by the court or a recorded quitclaim deed evidencing that the person who has now moved out of the house has relinquished all rights to that property.
Okay. And number five is death of the borrower or the spouse of the borrower or anybody that's even contributing to the household.
Right. And of course, with this one, they're going to want some documentation as well, a death certificate, or they will also accept an obituary out of the newspaper.
And then the next one, number six, is a long-term permanent disability is another acceptable reason, or a serious illness for that matter.
And the things that they're looking for in that one would be a doctor's certificate of illness or disability, or your medical bills, or proof of monthly insurance benefits or government assistance, any kind of proof like that to show the disability.
And the next reason on the list is disaster. And that could be natural or man-made disaster, anything like a hurricane causing damage to the property, like what we just had with Sandy.
Like that doesn't happen ever in Florida,
so that,
in New Jersey.
And that is definitely can be devastating to people.
And the things that they're going to be looking for in that, of course, is a copy of the insurance claim or the FEMA paperwork if you filed for that, or the borrower or the employer of the property is located in that FEMA disaster area that they've said this is all disaster.
All right, next on the list, your big screen TV no longer works, inhibiting your ability to watch Monday Night Football.
Okay, that one's not on my sheet.
It's right here. I don't make this stuff up.
No, my sheet says distant employment transfer or relocation.
No, I'm telling
TV.
you.
See, he's just
A
trying to
true
get that
hardship is the TV that is broken. I'm sure Fannie and Freddie will be okay with that.
If you have been relocated, and here is what they want to show for that, and not the fact that your TV is broken.
Okay.
If you are active duty service members and you are getting deployed, obviously, the employment transfers for new employment, copy of like an offer letter if you're getting transferred, and I think they say 50 miles away.
If you're 50 miles away.
And you're getting transferred, you have to get a letter from your new employer saying that this is your start date and your income and that kind of a thing. Or if you've already started that job, a pay stub from that job, and a written explanation, of course, on the above from your employer.
All right, doesn't say TV there either.
No, that doesn't say TV.
All right, number 9 on the list is, sadly, which has happened to a lot of people right now, is business failure.
Right. And of course, on business, that's happened a lot, like Barry said. So many people have had to close their businesses and such. Business failure, we need tax returns from the previous year, including all of the schedules, proof of business failure supported by one of the following. A lot of times the bankruptcy, businesses will file bankruptcies. So a copy of that paperwork, or 2 months recent bank statements showing the inactivity or the lower activity in your bank accounts, or your most recent signed and dated quarterly year-to-date profit and loss statement from your accountant showing the
It's always the poor business people got to provide the most documentation.
I know.
Even when they're looking at loans.
And they're the ones who are keeping this country rolling.
Yeah, I know, it is sad. And number 10, my personal favorite, which is this is called the catch-all. It's called other. Okay?
Other.
So, what does that exactly mean?
Other means this is what Fannie and Freddie say, a written explanation describing the details of the hardship and the relevant documentation. Now, the thing is, on all of these, as we've said on our short sale shows, you're always going to need a hardship letter. I think, though, this is kind of encouraging. They're basically saying, here's, some of the major reasons that we see, but if you got something else, try us.
Go for number 10.
Throw it at us. And I like that because it shows that they're going to be flexible. They're going to consider other things. So that's good. That's a good thing. So they're not just saying black and white, this is it, if you don't fit, you don't fit and that's it. Like most of the mortgage business is. They're actually going to be considering other options here. So throw it at them. This is what we're here for. We want to share this information with you guys because we know there's a lot of people out there in this situation. So call us up and say, hey, this is my situation. Barry takes those calls all day long. This is my situation. What do you think?
And it's exciting to know you don't have to be behind to do this with a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac right now.
That's our show this week. Thanks so much for watching. Again, this is really great information. We're going to have this chart that has all of the information that we just talked about as a link down here. It's a PDF. Just click on that and you can print it out. It's only a 2-page thing without the TV thing there.
Sorry about that. And don't forget the Tax Reform Act of 2007. It basically says on December 31
of this year that you will be liable for taxes at the end of a short sale.
On a short sale. Right now you are not, but as it stands, that is going to end on January 1.
Don't forget to, write your Congress people and everything. We need to get this extended. I know everybody thinks somebody else will do it. Everybody always thinks somebody else will do it. It's got to be us, guys. Write your Congress people. Get this extended because if it goes away at the end of December, then everybody's getting hit with these things. And we know guys don't want that to happen, and we don't want that to happen, and anybody selling their home doesn't want that to happen. So please make sure you do that. Also, what other big events do we have coming up?
Big events. We got the Grinch event. Don't forget, it's a great event. It'll be fun. It's going to be at December 14th at Seven Springs Country Club in Trinity, and it's sponsoring a local needy family. If I told you the story of this family, you guys would be all wanting to reach out and help.
We've got a flyer about that as well. This is our second time doing this, so that you know. Those of you who came last year and enjoyed a great time, we sponsor a local family who is in dire need.
And we're hoping this year we could get a couple families. We want it to be really big.
After our success from last year. So this is going to be a great event. Click on that as well. We'll have the flyer up there too. In addition, this is our team of people over here. These people help us get our show out each and every week to you guys. Share this information. You know, we're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, all those things. Please get this information out. That's what we're all about, is trying to educate the general public out there about all of the changes and the things that are moving forward in our business. So please click on their links, use them. They help us get our loans closed as well, and I know they can help you too.
You're trying to steal my line there.
I know. That's it for this week. We are today and every day.
Here it comes. Moving forward.
We'll see everybody next week. Bye-bye.